Hello.
I'm Angela, and
Good.
please have a seat. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. So, we'll get right into it. Why did you choose to apply for this job?
I feel that my skill set is from previous jobs has equipped me to properly do this job correctly. And my past jobs kind of led me up to doing this.
Well, tell me a little about yourself.
I live in Garland, North Carolina, and I live with my mother, my father, and my little brother. And I'm a very church active person.
What are some of your hobbies, or what do you like to do when you have free time?
I play guitar in the church band. I also like to tinker, invent, and learn about manufacturing. I also like to build guitars.
So, what are some of your future goals after college?
I would like to either acquire a job as a landscape architect, um, or a civil engineer. But what I would really like to do is build guitars and continue my passion for doing so.
So, you are currently attending school?
Yes, I'm currently attending Clinton Community College in Clinton, North Carolina, where I am currently getting my Associates of Science. Soon I hope to graduate from there and go to NC State to get my bachelor's or even my master's.
What skills do you have that makes you think you'd be a good fit for this job?
I'm a very detailed-oriented person, very professional, um, very good go-getter, and my past stocking and managerial skills have become better with the experience.
So, you think employing you will enhance the company? How?
Yes, I believe that employing me, the stock crew will be ran efficiently, very quickly, and as detailed as possible in the pursuit for a better looking, very well stocked store.
What are some of your strengths or weaknesses?
Some of my strengths: I am, as I said earlier, a very detail oriented person. I like to run things very efficiently and smoothly, but I like to run things at a very professional level. I'm also a very good thinker. I like to think outside the box on things, and I'm a very good problem solver.
What would you consider a failure in your life, and how did you resolve it?
I wish I would have continued my college education at a much younger age, and I wish that I had put more effort and thought into my college education.
So, what would your dream job be?
I would like to be a guitar luthier, which is a builder of guitars, and own my own company.
Have you ever left a job or been fired?
Yes, I have. I left my old job as a stocker and later a stock manager to become to come to this area so that I may be closer to school, um, but also because my hours did not work well with my school schedule and the pay was not as much as I would like to.
So, what all jobs have you held besides?
I first started my job experience becoming a bagger at Carlisi's IGA, where soon afterwards, about a year and a half after starting, they raised me up to being a stalker while in high school, and then right out of high school, they asked for stock managers, and I applied for it, and they hired me to be such.
What are you looking for in a new position?
I'm looking for better hours that more um, coincide with my school schedule and my outside life, and I would also like for better pay.
Well, speaking of hours and pay, what are you expecting or hoping for?
Before, with Carlisi's IGA, I was paid $10 an hour and worked 40 hours a week, but most of those hours were after store hours, so they were from anywhere between 6 p.m. and 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And with that schedule, I just wasn't sleeping very well, and I believe the pay wasn't really for that.
So basically, just not a lot of really late nights.
Yes, ma'am.
How long do you plan on working here or being available to work here?
I plan to work here as long as I can. I would like to finish my Associates of Science and move on to going to NC State University, but I would like to take a short break in between, maybe about a year or so.
So you do have experience as a manager.
Yes, ma'am, I do. I was the stock manager for Carlisi's IGA, and I went from being a bagger there to being raised to a stalker to a stock manager, where I ran things very efficiently and was praised by the upper management for so.
So what sort of environment do you try to create as a manager?
I try to create a very professional, well-oiled machine that gets all the stocking, blocking, and cleanup done as fast as it possibly can, with as much done as possible. I like for things to be blocked correctly and for stocking to be correct.
So do you strive to get to know your employees personally? Do you see them as...
I would like to create an environment of professionalism, but I also like to create an environment of knowing and understanding and friendliness. My job is to not be a friend, but to be a manager, so managing comes first.
How did you deal with employees who were underperforming?
I would take them aside, talk to them about their underperformance, and warn them about their underperformance. Later, if they had not improved, I would either give them a warning or even, to further extent, let them go.
So how did you go about firing an employee when you need to?
I would do it in a very personal manner. I would take them aside. I would make sure it was all right with you first, but I would take them aside and make sure that they knew why I was firing them, making sure that they knew that it was not for personal reasons, but it was because I feel like you would not be well suited for the position.
And how do you deal with someone who's just more personally annoying? They don't really have something wrong, they don't do a bad job, they just kind of get on your nerves.
I would take them aside as well, and I would talk to them about why they would act in such a way, and explain to them that please do not do so, that it might obstruct the workflow, and that if it does continue, that it will become a problem.
So if I ask you to do a variety of tasks that can't really feasibly be done in one day, what will you do about it?
First, I would ask you what would be prioritized first, what was most important. I would, if possible, use other employees that were available, or if I had to, I would do it myself, but I would prioritize on what needed to be done first. If I was given employees to do such tasks, I would divide them amongst each other, supervise, and even help them with the tasks.
Would you be willing to relocate?
No, ma'am. I relocated over this way so that I may be closer to school and so that I may be closer to just my, just to anywhere that I needed to go in my daily life.
So would you consider yourself detailed oriented person or more big picture person?
I believe that if their details are wrong, then the big picture is wrong.
So more detailed focus.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself graduated from North Carolina State University with an engineering degree, hopefully with an engineering degree, and if not, trying to obtain one or building my own company.
Well, do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Well, it was a good to meet you. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for your
coming in.
time.
I'll let you know.